in listen-only mode.
Welcome to Coleman Report Live. I'm Bob Coleman, and we're talking Main Street and the small business lenders who help it grow. Lance Sexton, Anna Griggs, and Joseph Coleman.
Hi guys.
Joseph, you haven't been around a while. You haven't left Coleman Publishing. You're still going to be involved. But tell us about your new gig.
Well, thank you. It's been a while. I missed the SBA lending community, and thank you for reaching out on LinkedIn. I updated my new job title. I'm the new executive director of Renewed. Renewed is a great group of publishers and content creators and subscription professionals and event professionals, and they come together and figure out how to sell data and content and newsletters and webinars and all sorts of fun stuff like that. So I've been extremely busy this week. I started on Monday, and it's the first time I've had a new job in 17 years. So I think the learning curve is hopefully not too slow, but I am really excited about this new group. So I've been with before they were Renewed, they were a group called SIPA, which is the Specialized Information Publicists Association, and Bob and I were a part of that for since I was in sophomore year of college. So I've known these very nice people for over 20 years, and they have been nothing but nice this week, and so I'm really looking forward to this new journey in my career. So,
well, very good. And SIPA, I was on the board of that. Lance, you won several awards for that beginning of the year. That's right.
I'm looking at my wall over here, Bob. I need an award from Renewed now. No.
So anyway, Joseph, it's an awesome opportunity. You'll be able to do a remote here in Los Angeles, but tell us where the membership is from. And tell us a few of the industries and where the membership is from.
Yeah, so my homework assignment was to put together this reference guide of everyone involved, and it's really incredible who's a part of it. It's all over the place. It's energy and oil and gas and Wall Street and personal investing, healthcare, emergency medicine, college, higher education, a lot of accountants and tax folks, and just people that have B2B specialized information that they sell to their own world. So I'm really happy. It's this very smart group. It's a cutting edge stuff. There's a lot of marketers that are dealing with the most up-to-date AI solutions, and it's incredible what automation is happening in the last 3 to 6 months.
Well, if it wasn't for this group, I would not be where I am today. I started, Lance and Joseph, I started before Anna was born. Back in 1993 as a newsletter, hard copy on paper. We sent it out over the mail. Joseph actually had a big machine in his dorm room one year where he chunked it all out and mailed it out for us. So obviously the print edition is long gone. It's been replaced by a lot of other stuff, but we met some amazing people. Joseph and I actually were stuck in the volcano in Europe a number of years ago, and it's a great group of people, and I'm really excited for you, Joseph. As a dad, you always you want to take credit for your kids' successes and no responsibility for their failures. So this one's all on you. Congratulations.
It's interesting to note that there's a lot of publishers over in the UK, and I've been talking with a lot of interesting folks in London, and there's some in Germany as well. So it's really a global effort to bring this community together, and I'm happy.
You've already got one SBA lender to join, because in terms of disseminating information through podcasts, this is exactly what they need to learn. So
exactly, yeah. So there's a lot of folks involved in personal investing and Wall Street stuff and securitizations, but there's not many people involved in small business lending. So I would be happy to see some overlap and distressed debt and all that stuff. So it's an opportunity to join this great group of individuals. So.
And you're still going to be involved with us from time to time.
If you guys have me, absolutely, yeah. I plan on coming to the secondary market event in December and hopping on some of these wonderful calls every once in a while.
Lance, you've had a little bit of interaction with that group. What do you think of this move for Joseph?
Well, I think it's great. By the way, congratulations, Joseph. We have missed you, and we're going to continue to miss you, but I think we'll have opportunities to work together. I had an opportunity to attend the SIPA event, which is now renewed.
That's right. That's when you won your reward.
And it was an outstanding event. A lot of great people, a lot of really interesting perspectives, but everyone working together to get information out to advance, not just small business lending, but different areas of the SIPA members. And so, great organization. Couldn't have grabbed a greater person to be an executive director as Joe.
Joseph, give us a glimpse. What information, content changes do you see coming down in the next 12 months that are going to affect this audience?
I see a lot of transitions into AI, and using that is just I know it might be a little daunting to think about, but it's automated and it's cut the time 2/3. A lot of these folks are saying copywriting, video creation in AI, automation of your sales force, automation of really your whole operational system is and it's rapidly happening. I mean, from what happened from ChatGPT 6 months ago, it's already changed significantly to this new thing where all the publishers are creating AI systems just for their content. So as opposed to sending it out to the void and getting AI to aggregate everything on the whole big spectrum, it's really specified and it's industry based, and you have some really smart people working on really the cutting edge of content creation. So.
I made the comment that AI is going to change my company as much as the internet did. And I have no idea why I made that statement because I have no inside knowledge, but I think there's something there, and it's going to affect all of us. In terms of Lumos is already doing that in data crunching. You're going to see that more and more in terms of creating credit memos, creating loan decisions, Lance, creating marketing campaigns, creating targeting marketing campaigns for business development officers. It's going to change the world. I don't know how much, but it's going to change how we do business, Lance.
And I would say, go ahead, Lance.
I was just going to say, the thing it can do, particularly in our industry, is it can help develop efficiencies. Bob, you're talking about using it potentially for a credit memo. Well, if it can shorten the length of time it takes us to crank out a credit memo, that's going to get the money to the small business quicker. So,
or Lance, as you said the other day in a webinar, plan on setting aside 2 full days for preparing a universal purchase package to get paid on the guarantee. Perhaps that could be slashed. It will be slashed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anna, you've been awfully quiet. You are substituting for Delaney for Fraud Friday. Give me a younger person's perspective on what we're talking about, specifically AI. You and I have never talked about this, and I'd like to know your feedback because you're new to the workforce, recently graduated. What do you think about all this?
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to say that I'm very glad that AI wasn't as popular when I was in college, because I definitely think that I would have been using it more than I should be using it. But I like out in the workforce, we're not using it to cheat. We're using it to improve on the skills that we already have. We're using it to better our current operations. That's what I really like about AI. Is I think people don't always understand that it's not to replace anything. It's to better your current operations. It's to improve efficiency. It's to make better of what you already have. It's not going to replace, but it'll make what you already have better.
Well, Joseph, sincere congratulations. I've known those folks for years. They're a great group of people. I've been involved. That's how you know them all. You've been involved, and it's going to be fun as the dad to watch your journey in this and to also learn. Now I can learn from you as opposed to vice versa. Well, I've always learned from you. Anyway, and please, open invitation to stop in from time to time and what's going on. Anyway, Anna, Fraud Friday, you were substituting. What's going on?
Yeah, definitely. So thank you guys for having me on the show today again. We're going to kick off Fraud Friday by talking about something a little more general with OIG's recent advisory against the SBA ending active collection on EIDL loans that have an outstanding balance of $100,000 or less. This is really important because the lenders are doing their due diligence and they're responsible for collecting and dealing with those, but SBA isn't particularly as active as some people think that they should be. And it appears that like around 33%, I think, of EIDL loans are fraudulent. So the numbers are just absolutely insane. And everybody needs to be on top of this, not just the lenders. Government organizations should be involved in this as well. And that's what the OIG is saying. So that's just an interesting advisory that they had put out there and just kind of detailed that the SBA should be a little more active in their efforts.
And compare this with PPP. I hear different numbers. What is the fraud percentage of PPP loans that you're seeing in your research?
That was a lot lower. I think that's 2 to 8% lower, on the lower end for sure, but still there.
Definitely lower.
This going after EIDL loans $100,000 or less, on the PPP, we're still having to answer questions. It doesn't matter if it's 2,500 or 25,000 or 250,000. So for SBA to say, hey, we're not going to go after anybody on 100,000 or less, I can see with the pressure the House and Senate are putting on them to work on collecting fraud. And of course, we had the story the other day that Delaney brought about, they were talking about the possibility of amnesty if the borrowers sent the money back. And I had a conversation with that yesterday about someone who's has been very involved in PPP. And we both think it's a great idea. That's a great way to collect all the money is have PPP amnesty week.
Joseph, you have a bad screen up if that's your.
But have PPP amnesty week for fraudulent PPP borrowers, and maybe we can cut the amount of money the federal government loses via fraud in the pandemic loan program significantly.
Well, the number one goal is let's recoup as much as we can. And number two, penalize the bad actors, which is a nice segue, Anna, to the feds are calling him the kingpin of PPP loan fraud. What did Mr. Akil do?
Yeah, this is absolutely crazy. This is one of the largest known cases of PPP fraud in the country as of right now. Amik Akil from Texas was the head of a multi-million-dollar COVID-19 relief fraud ring, and he and 6 of his co-conspirators have been ordered to prison for fraudulently obtaining more than $20 million in PPP loans and have helped, I believe, at least 14 individuals submit more than 75 fraudulent PPP applications. And on those, the conspirators falsified the number of employees and monthly payroll expenses and submitted fraudulent documents for the applications. And in this case, the federal agents executed a 45 seizure warrant and have seized, among other things, a residence, a Porsche, a Lamborghini, and that was all purchased with illegally obtained funds.
And I was just thought they could get away with it. Lance, they put together paychecks to people, and then they took it to one of the conspirators' businesses and cashed them $3 million worth. They thought that paper trail was going to save them, Lance.
Well, I think if people spend as much effort doing good things in business as opposed to committing fraud, it's crazy to me how quickly these fraudsters put together groups and put together information to commit fraud. What if they had spent that time and effort and energy in doing something productive?
Thank you.
And trust me, guys, if you've worked in PPP servicing, there are an incredible number of federal agencies trying to find these people, prosecute these people, and seize their assets. So,
15 years, Anna. That's a second-degree manslaughter murder type sentence. That is significant.
Yeah, he was just sentenced October 2nd to 15 years, and then his co-conspirators got a range of 2 to 5 years each. So very serious.
Well, good for the feds. I mean, this is 2023. This is significantly different than what happened during the Great Recession, and they went after people 8-10 years later, and then they went after bankers. So
well, the thing we're seeing too, everybody, is we're seeing the length of sentences grow as they find these rings of fraudsters, and we were seeing early in PPP fraud 2, 3, 4, 5-year sentences. Now we're seeing some 10s and 15s.
Yeah, and very significant. What did Bernard do? I will let you check the last name.
Yes. So Bernard OIG from Georgia has been sentenced to 5 years in prison for leading a conspiracy in which he stole nearly $2 million in both EIDL and PPP loans. And in that, he submitted at least 46 fraudulent applications using information from non-existent companies. He sought $4.2 million for himself and others, but did end up getting closer to $2 million. Of his unpermitted purchases with the stolen SBA funds, he bought a toy poodle, a home, vehicles, shopping trips to Versace, and personal investments. And he was intercepted as he tried to leave the U.S. when he was caught with almost $40,000 in cash. Along with this prison sentence of 5 years, I think maybe a little over, he must pay all of the stolen money back. So,
how much? And Lance, I know you were our research person at alpacas. What did we decide? Alpaca was worth what, about $1,200? How much is a toy poodle worth?
I'm not sure what a toy poodle could be worth.
What do you think, Anna?
We actually, I've serviced a loan that was a pet shop, and some of these high dollar, well-bred dogs can be 5, 6 to 10. They can be more than $5,000 for a well-bred pet.
Yeah.
And I would imagine if he's shopping at Versace,
that's what I was gonna say.
That's probably, I never figured it out, Bob. Last week at the NACLB meeting, I was at Caesar's Palace, and of course they have the shops at the Forum. And I was thinking about picking my wife up something nice at the shops at the Forum. So I look at a purse, and I think it's great for her, and she certainly deserves it. And I asked the young lady that was helping me, I'm like, what is the price on this purse? And it was $3,800. And I'm like, whoa.
Give me two.
I guess I should have got a PPP loan. No, I'm just teasing.
No, that's amazing. And again, good job, feds. He tried to leave the U.S. Where was he going? Do we know?
I don't know, actually.
But he was. But they got him before he left.
Yeah, he was trying.
Good job, Anna. Great job reporting. Lance, what are you doing on October 18th, and why do we need to sign up for this webinar?
Well, we're going to cover the SBA Do What You Do rule, talking about the SOP 50-10-7 and the changes that impact SBA participant lenders. And guys, we were told there are going to be technical corrections. We were told there were going to be different adjustments to the 50-10-7. Not any of that has occurred. We were told there would be Senate bills that would change the 50-10-7. Hasn't occurred, probably, might occur, but who knows when. The SOP 50-10-7 is our rule book for underwriting and closing an SBA loan properly. So we're going to cover that material and help you understand.
And there's significant changes that are in place. Can anybody tell me why I chose that logo? I chose that.
I could guess.
Lance?
Well, Bob,
Doing that thing you do?
Yes, it's I looked into getting the record. Remember that? Do that thing you do. The theme is or do that. What is the Tom Hanks movie? That thing you do. And so I said, well, SBAs do that thing you do. I tried to get the rights to that, and they wanted like $1,000. I said, I'm not.
Bob, I absolutely love the vinyl record. For those who don't know, as a college student, I was a disc jockey for dances. And instead of,
Whoa. And
see
with
people-
that, thank you for joining us today for Coleman Report Live and for supporting America's Main Street, one entrepreneur at a time. Have a nice
have a
weekend.
great day.
Have a great weekend.